the four horsemen of Revelation, and COVID-19. And there are a few points here, but I'm not going to try to sit and try to identify. If I were going to try to identify which horseman the COVID would look like, I would say the first horseman, because it comes out with a bow. Most people have always thought because it's conquering, it's an actual bow with an arrow, but that's not what it says. When you research it, it's a fabric bow. And if I were to associate COVID with anything, I would put it with the little fabric mask that everybody's wearing. So to me, I think of it more as the first horseman. Doesn't mean I'm right, nor honestly do I really care too much on that. That's not the purpose of this video. I'm going to introduce a few things that I have seen from this that are not in Revelation 6. They are elsewhere, but they are not in Revelation 6, and I don't want to be adding or subtracting from Revelation, nor do I want to add or subtract from Torah. But I can say these are things that I see, and if I'm observing things correctly. And that comes to blessings and curses. You know, when we have blessings and they get better, and curses, they get worse until they're there for one purpose, and that is to bring us back. And I think the Creator is giving everyone now those curses to say, wake up. If I look at COVID-19, one of the things I'm seeing is massive unemployment. Can't go to Sunday churches for the most part. And of course, it happened where everything was locked out, so nobody could go to do their Ishtar service. Now, Passover we're supposed to do in our homes, so it didn't affect those of us doing Passover. But for the world at large that wants to go to the Sunday church, it's really affecting them. Now, let's look at one issue, and that is the word repent. Now, if I'm looking through it, as I'm looking at Revelation 9, in verse 20 and 21. And again, this is dealing with the trumpets. The rest of mankind were not killed by these plagues, still did not repent of the works of their hands, nor did they stop worshiping demons and idols of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood, idols that cannot see or hear or walk, nor did they repent of their murders, their magic arts, their sexual immorality, or their thefts. And he's basically said, okay, I've given you this time, I've penalized you to wake you up, but you're not wanting to repent. In Revelation 16, we have the same exact issue happening. These are with the bowl judgments. And this is on Revelation 16:9, which is the start of it. This is when everything hits them with, the sun hits them with intense heat. They were seared by the intense heat, and they cursed the name of God who had control over these plagues, but they refused to repent and glorify God. Revelation 16:11, and this is when it goes into darkness. And they cursed the God of heaven because of their pains and sores, but they refused to repent of what they had done. He's giving them chances. Are they going to listen to it? And this is where we come to Revelation 6. Now, it's not here in Revelation 6, but you know the thing about it is, if I'm watching this and if I'm seeing things correctly and we are at the seals, what's the first thing it did? It said, the big issue on faith is to honor the Sabbath. And everybody wants to go out and do their work and everything. And so what he did is he said, fine. I'm going to put unemployment out there at such a level, I'm going to force you not to work on Sabbath. You've been violated the whole time, I'll force you not to work. You want to still do your idol worship and go on Sunday and do your idol worship, I'll stop that too. You want to do your Ishtar and do your eggs and stuff, I'll stop that too. And so the issue is anybody willing to listen? Has anybody changed their ways from seeing this? Because the COVID was, again, COVID, if it is part of the seals, it's coming from heaven. And if it's coming from heaven, it should act as a benefit, or it's a wake-up call. Has anybody listened to this? Has anybody said, wow, he stopped me from actually working on Sabbath. I guess I should stay home and not work on Sabbath. Let me start looking at the Bible. They don't want to do that. But he's given them the chance. And he stopped them from going to their Sunday churches so that they could look back at the Bible themselves without getting the false teachers. Did they listen to that? But you can't say he didn't give you the chance. Again, this is not in Revelation 6. I don't see it. It's not saying anything on repenting there. I'm just telling you from what I see. And if I'm watching and I'm seeing the signs correctly, there's no way you can't say that he didn't give people the chance throughout the world to stop, look at their ways, and correct themselves. And it just is going to get worse as we go into the trumpets, where he does say they don't repent, and then the bowl judgments, where again he says they still don't repent. So, just a thought on that.